Hey guys, welcome back to my podcast. It is currently the day that this is supposed to go up. Everything is going wrong today. I cannot get anything done. I can't even sit here and do this podcast. I'm in a great mood right now, actually. But excited to do this episode, however, because guess what? We're hitting 59 subscribers. And on top of that, it's really hot in this room because there's no AC. And if I turn the fan on, then you're going to hear the fan on the microphone. This microphone keeps falling off, and I'm starting to sweat in here because it's really, really hot in here. So, yeah, and on top of that, I can't even talk about the topic that I wanted to talk about because I realize it's kind of like going to expose someone, and I don't feel like I want this person reaching out to me if they see it. So, also, I can guarantee it's not about literally, it's not anyone who might possibly even be clicking on this video. Like, literally, no. Like, they would not watch this video. Anyways, so we're going to talk about, like, kind of a sub-genre of what it is that I do want to talk about, which is, I'm just going to hold this the whole episode because it's... like, why does it keep doing that? I can't figure out how to get it to stay just here. It just wants to keep falling. Okay, what if I go like this? And I just put it like that. I don't understand this thing. Like, I can't tighten this to make it stay on there. Like that way. Oh my god, wait, what did I even do? Guys, I'm just gonna hold the fucking microphone, actually. Alright, so we're back like old times. No microphone stand now because I don't understand how to... If anyone is looking at that right now and sees exactly how to do it, I'm gonna be really embarrassed. But, welcome back to my podcast. Thank you guys so much for all the support. I will say, though, it's getting, like, increasingly difficult to come up with responses to y'all's comments. Like, because I get weird comments, mostly on, like, YouTube Shorts. Like, I got something about, like, stop boring people with my lesbian chatter. Every time I mention being gay at all in any, like, aspect, I get at least one comment that's, like, weird. Like, I got one on TikTok that was, like... It was, like, a clip of me from a couple of videos ago, and it was like me saying something about going to Pride or something, and they just commented like, it's men's mental health month, like, get it right. And I just said, like, two things can be true at once, because I like to clock, because you thought you ate, but you really, the food is begging to be ingested. And then today I woke up to a comment that was it was like a clip. You might have seen it if you follow me on TikTok at Aleesha's Pod, follow me on Instagram at Aleesha's Pod. That's where I post all the clips of the episode. So if you ever miss anything, I do post clips like 3 or 4 times a week about like past episodes, sometimes upcoming ones. Like, I like to mix it up just like to get a good variety in there. But yeah, so they commented, okay, it was a video of me explaining the wall right here where I explain this picture of my cat, and then I say that he's dead. I'm sinking into this beanbag. And then in the video I say that he's dead. And then they commented like something about like our society and how like trauma dumping, it was something about like how I was trauma dumping and like what has our society come to, like something like that. And first of all, if I was going to trauma dump, okay, let's kind of go through and define the word or the term trauma dumping. Trauma dumping is more like when you randomly just like be spilling something into detail. Like, it would have been if I explained exactly how my cat died front, like start to finish. Like, that is trauma dumping. P.S. This is a podcast where I talk about my life. So, I don't know. She saw it in passing, so I didn't say anything, like, in that aspect of, like, don't watch the video then, because it's, like, shorts and it's, like, gonna be on someone's feed. But, if I was going to trauma dump, it would probably be the title of the video or the episode. It would be the title of the episode. I'd probably say a warning. Like, I've never really said anything graphic because that's dangerous, and it's also not the message that I want to spread around, you know? Even if I was going to talk about something graphic, I would make it pretty vague and kind of tiptoe around it more, because I don't feel like it's right to share things like that, because what I'm trying to do is, like, create a community, create a safe space. Like, that's what I'm, like, getting into when I do these. But it's not, like, supposed to be a negative space, not supposed to be promoting anything bad. Like, it's not. It's just, like, me talking about my normal life, things that I've been through in my life. Like, trauma, yes, but I don't do it in a malicious way. Like, and it's literally never, like, something insane. Like, I would never go on the internet and explain start to finish how my cat passed away. I would never do that, because that is, like, it's like a breach of private. Like, then, like, if I'm sharing every single thing about my life in detail, then I am not going to know who I am. Like, I'm not going to have an identity, because it's just going to be gone, and it's going to be on the internet. Everyone's going to know it. And when things get on the internet, people pick them apart and make you out to be someone that you're not. And first of all, that's not fair. Second of all, I don't think that anyone is, like, I don't think that there's anyone who hasn't made a mistake in their life. And I just think that cancel culture is stupid, is what I'm saying, basically. Like, I feel like a lot of the things that create internet drama, like, especially on TikTok, like, I mostly see drama on TikTok. A lot of the things that create all this drama is, like, things that you probably have done in your life or you've seen in your life, and you haven't done anything about it until you saw someone that is put on a pedestal. Like, for example, like, you're living your life. Okay, hypothetically, you're a high school student in a huge friend group. A couple of the people there's a couple that's dating. One of them cheats on the other. Obviously disgusting. Do not cheat on people. But you decide not to do anything about it because it's none of your business. Okay? A couple weeks go by, you go on TikTok, you see someone that you watch on TikTok get cheated on, and you start sending them death threats, and you start doing all this. And I'm not saying that that's what happens every single time, but that is, like, borderline the whole, like, that is what cancel culture is. That is what this TikTok drama is. It's, like, literally things that you've witnessed in your real life, you see on the internet, and all of a sudden it's okay for you to start, like, saying all these things to people and, like, tearing them down, finding their home, doxing them, like, and I just think that it's so crazy. Like, and it's not like maybe they don't deserve it. Like, I don't think anyone deserves to be sent death threats, to be doxed, to be, like, threatened or anything. But I just think, like, certain things need to happen to certain people for them to have personal growth. But people on the internet these days, like, they go way too far, and it becomes, like, a genuine, like, danger to show your face in the outside world. Like, it's actually insane. And yeah, I don't know how I just got into that, but I just think, like, there's better ways to educate people than to just start posting all their Instagram or all their information on TikTok, and, like, to start telling everyone, like, where they live and shit. Like, I just think that's crazy. And if that ever happens to me, I don't know what I'm gonna do, because that's actually terrifying. Like, could you imagine, like, you're just living your life not knowing that someone has, like, so much against you, and then all of a sudden you're getting, like, 1,000,000 phone calls per second? Like, that's actually terrifying. And then, like, whole time it's like somebody, like, said that you did something that you actually didn't even do. Like, could you imagine? Because in that situation, like, sometimes people get accused of things that they didn't do, like really bad things, like and it's like I support like believing the victim of things, but when the victim is lying, that is so messed up because it really ruins someone's life, because then like you have to figure out a way to prove that you're not guilty. And first of all, it takes a lot of energy. Second of all, even if you do prove it, there are still going to be people who don't believe you. And I don't know, I just think that it's so crazy how people pick a side and ride or die that shit. Like, I think it's cool to have like fans who will ride for you like that, but at the same time, I think that it's like actually rotting everyone's brains, and it's just insane how accessible things like that are with like through TikTok. Like, I love TikTok and I do watch drama. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I do watch drama, but I never say anything. Like, I don't comment stuff. Like, maybe I'll verbally say something because me and my girlfriend talk about and review TikTok drama sometimes. But that is just crazy. Like, participating in it, like getting yourself into it for borderline no reason, because you can't really change a person through a comment section. But I just think that is really insane how people actually like disappear off the face of the earth or the internet because they got falsely accused of something and nobody believed them. Like, I'm sure that's happened. Or like they did something 20 years ago when they were like 5 years old, and then like 20 years later people find it starts resurfacing, and like people are like, you're a horrible person, you're a horrible person. Whole time like they did not know that that was like wrong to do. Or like, and I'm not trying to excuse people, I just think that like there has to be a level of understanding, because every generation that comes, things are going to be different. Like, older people in the real world, like, here's another example too, actually, because I live in like a city that is like pretty conservative. I do not fuck with, I don't like the president of the United States at all. I don't agree with anything that he's doing. I don't agree with immigration. I'm as in like ICE. I don't agree with ICE. Fuck ICE. Bad. Fuck ICE so bad that they cannot walk for 300,000 days of their life. And they become immobile from the waist down. Anyways, if you are walking down the street, okay? If I was walking down the street, actually, let's use me as an example. If I'm walking down the street and I see someone wearing Make America Great Again hat, like I see someone driving a truck with all these flags on them, am I going to say anything? Absolutely fucking not. And you want to know why? Because I care about my safety. Because I do not enjoy violence. I'm not going to start violent, like, because you have to understand that these people get a little riled up. And I believe that I would get riled up too, but I believe that I would be the one in danger because I am small and I'm a girl. So I don't say anything, but I speak on the internet. See, so it's kind of hypocritical of me to be saying all this. But my point is that, like, things change generationally. Like, they have those ideas, like, they support that president either because they're genuinely stupid, they're a follower, or because they genuinely believe that those policies are correct and what he's doing is right because of what they've seen in the past sometime, or just how they were raised. Like, every individual is different. Every individual is going to, like, form their own opinions or not. Personally, I form my own opinions, but a lot of people don't, and I feel like a lot of conservative people are people who do not make their own, like, judgments, or like they just don't read in or things like that. I'm gonna shut the hell up about this, actually, because I do not want to talk about politics, because it makes me mad enough and I just can't do it. Sorry. But what I did want to talk about was, like, well, now the vibe is so different and it's been so long already. I wanted to kind of briefly get into just like it's kind of like just some advice that I wish would have been given to me, like when I was going through some stuff. So, I'm just gonna say it. I don't have a relationship with my mother. I haven't in like 5 years, maybe more. Um, I haven't really had one though since I was like 12 or 13, but it was completely, I mean, I guess that was like 5 years ago. Um, but it was completely done for in 2020, so 5 years ago. Um, and I never really have had a relationship with her. My parents got divorced when I was very young. My dad raised me, single father, never had any stepmoms, nothing like that. My mom has a entire family in a different state. She raised 2 kids that are my brothers. And for a while, I was really kind of conflicted, and I still am, because when people do bad things, they're not going to admit to them. Some people do. Some people can take accountability. My mother is not one of those people. She has never taken accountability, really. And I have never gotten proper answers as to what happened in my family that caused all this. So that's why I feel so conflicted and confused about our relationship. Like, it's hard to explain without saying too much, but basically the reason why I don't talk to her now is because I spent so much time trying to, the reason why I don't have a relationship with her at all is not even because of my own thoughts and opinions. I mean, it kind of is, but it also isn't, because like I never heard anything from her. Not that I would believe it, but like, not that I would believe what she was saying over what someone else would be telling me, but it's just kind of weird. And it's kind of like a closure thing to want to hear it from the person that did these things, or like the person that, traumatized you and like just mistreated you. It's kind of a closure thing to like want to know from them, like the answers. So I've tried to ask her countless times. I've never gotten any answers. It's really hard, like knowing that there's an entire like side of my family that I don't really talk to, I don't have relationships with. I basically don't know at all. It's really, really, really weird. And I just want to kind of talk about like how I go about dealing with that, because I would just struggle for a really, really, really long time. And it's still kind of hard sometimes, because I feel like the last couple times that I talked to her, it was kind of like me just trying to defend people who, like, I was just trying to defend people from her. And I'm not going to lie, I haven't treated her the best either, but I feel like it's in my best interest to be kind of defensive towards her, just because she doesn't know how to take accountability, and that's how I protect myself from anything she might say or do. So anyways, here are some ways. I'm just kidding. That was so like robotic. First, the thing that you have to know is that when somebody can't take accountability, when you give people chances to take accountability, like so many chances to take accountability, and they do not bite, like they just don't do it. They give you excuses, say they're healed, and they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to get into it. Fine. Okay, fine. Cool. Okay. But at the same time, as your daughter, or as your, this could apply to any relationship situation, like brother, sister, father, mother, grandmother, child. Well, no, not child. Significant other. I completely just lost my train of thought and I'm tweaking. I cannot remember for the life of me, but anyways, one of the points I was going to make was that if someone can't take accountability, you cannot force them to take accountability. You cannot make them tell you the truth. You cannot control any of that. What you can control, which this pisses me off anytime anyone says it to me, so I don't blame you if it pisses you off. Love you. What you can control is how you deal with the cards that you are dealt in your life. What I did was I sat down, I wrote a huge, and literally I mean huge, I don't know where, it might be my notes app, I don't know, I wrote a huge letter of everything that I wanted to say to her, and I did not send it to her, and I just went off as hard as I possibly could, because when you're feeling like they're not going to take accountability, like they are not going to ever hear you out, they're not ever going to listen to what you're trying to say, you're never going to get through to them, it feels better to talk to a fucking journal or like a notes app than to talk to them, because then they don't get the satisfaction of manipulating you back from what you said. Like, if I texted somebody right now who did me so wrong that I was like thinking in my head, I don't ever want to talk to you again. If I texted them right now and I said, fuck you, you piece of shit, fuck you, then they're getting the satisfaction of knowing that they pissed me off. And one thing about baddies, they don't let people get the satisfaction of people pissing them off. So talk to the wall. Literally talk to the wall. But only if you're going to actually cut them off, or if you're going to not cut them off and talk to them later about this situation. This is also something useful in relationships, like dating wise. Sometimes I sit down and I talk to myself in my head when me and my girlfriend are having an argument. I talk to myself in my head and I compose myself, and then I write it into a lovely, beautiful text, and I try to make it sound like I was less tweaking out and crashing out and having intense emotions in my head. But anyways, yeah, so basically what I've done is forced myself to not text her, forced myself to not look at her social media accounts, forced myself not to text back if she texts me, which she won't. I talk to one of my younger brothers sometimes. He's really nice. Shout out to my younger brother. But it is really hard being away from people who are supposed to like be your family, and it's weird to accept that somebody who birthed you, like you came out of their body, somebody who birthed you didn't love you enough, didn't care about you enough to lock in and parent you. They just made horrible decisions after you were born and then never treated you right even after the fact. It's like so confusing, because, and again, it's like so hard to accept that, like, especially in my situation, because there's a whole other side of my family, okay, that I don't know. I don't feel like I have a family already because of other things that have taken place in my family. But when there's a whole other half of my family that I don't know, that don't know me, like, was I not good enough? You know, like, it makes me feel like I, for some reason, at 1 year old, when my parents got divorced, I was not enough for my mom. Like, and I don't think that that's fair to me at all, which is why I fully justify my actions and my actions towards her the way that I've spoken to her. Because how are you going to treat your child that you birthed like that? And how are you going to talk to me like that? I feel like I have a right to mistreat her, not to mistreat her, but like to clap back at her when she says things to me, because she tries to manipulate me and she tries to like just say things to me to get under my skin, and I'm not going to be here for that. I'm not. And to be clear, I haven't spoken to her in like a year, maybe more. And I do not plan on speaking to her again. I don't know. It's really weird because I'll go through periods of time where I'm like, I should probably reach out and apologize for how I spoke to her the last time I spoke to her. But then I'm like, well, she did try to manipulate me, and she did literally never care about me for a second of my life, but has cared about every other one of my siblings for the entirety of their lives. So I really don't know what I did to deserve that. And sorry guys, I'm getting a little deep. And I also said I wasn't going to expose anyone in this video, but apparently I am. But it's not, again, not trauma dumping because this is not in detail. Funny how that works, right? I feel like I've spent a lot of my life, like, it's hard as a girl not having a mom, because as much as I love my dad and I love to connect with my dad and he's my best friend, there's some things that he's not going to understand and that he can't really provide much insight on, that it would just be nice to have a mother and like learn how to do my hair cool and like do makeup. I don't know how to fucking do makeup, and I don't think that she knows how to do makeup either. Fucking chopped ass. But I just think like having a mom is so cool. Like when I see people have relationships with their mom, like I'm like, holy shit, that is so cool. How do you do it? Let me know. Like, how'd you get your mom to love you fresh out the womb? How'd you do that, low-key? Because I think that that's pretty cool, and I'm really jealous of you right now, and I envy that life. But I think that regardless of having a relationship with your mother or not, first of all, you're still a human being. Second of all, who says you need a mom to be a bad bitch? Because look at me, ho. Third of all, it's in my best interest, or your best interest, or whoever's best interest, to not associate with people who do not want to associate with you. Like, you cannot pour all this energy into people expecting to get something out, and then you don't get something out because they're actually an awful person and a piece of shit, manipulative, like, crazy person who needs to, like, check into therapy. You can't do that because that's just going to drain you, and it's not even, like, getting into them. You know, like, your energy is just in the air right here. So this is you, and this is them. Okay, we're going to do this. This is you, and this is them. And your energy is trying to go, boop, 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 and they go, ah, and it just stays right here, and you're still over here, and all your energy is being wasted right here, and they're just looking at it like, ew, 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 I don't like that person's energy at all, and they go like this, and they hit it back to you, but it never gets back to you because you already poured it out, and you're never going to get that back. So that's how I cut off people. But for real, like, I feel like I've wasted so much, like, actually years of my life pouring out energy to people who do not reciprocate, pouring out energy to people who don't deserve it, pouring out energy to people who treat me like shit, pouring out energy to people who lie to me, manipulate me, you name it, bro. Like, and I am so sick and tired of it, so guess what? I don't talk to anybody. And whenever I get in arguments with people, I leave. I'm done. That's it. You're done. We're done. I clearly have a lot of issues that stem from a lot of different things. But that's why you're here to listen to it, because I know you love listening to it. Like, I know. What time are we at? We're almost hitting 30 minutes, I believe, which is great. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you listening to what I was saying. I hope maybe some of the advice helped you. I said I wasn't going to go exposing people. Technically, I didn't expose anyone. I just kind of called people out, but I don't think that my mom's ever going to watch this video, so I think we're chilling. Unless she does, but if you do and you're watching, take everything with 0 grains of salt. I hope everyone has a great rest of their week. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Aleesha's Pod. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Gracias. Muchísimas gracias por mirar este episodio de Aleesha's Pod en YouTube. Les veo más tarde. Muchas gracias por escucharme hablar por media hora. Anda a comer un poco de birria tacos, porque yo sé que a ti te gusta, Biggie. Ya es todo. Please, guys, like and comment and subscribe. And I'm working on some new music, so new music will be coming out soon. It's about being so angry and not having a point in your life, which is, guys, that's just what I feel like a lot of the time. But anyways, I hope everyone has a good rest of their week, and I'll talk to you guys in the next episode. Bye. Thank you for 59 subscribers. Like, subscribe, comment, a taco emoji if you made it this far in the video. Love you. Bye. I don't want your throat. I don't want that shit.